In this video, I will talk about quantifier. Then there are two very important quantifier in discrete mathematics. One is universal quantification and another one is existential quantification. Quantifier is the extension, it's a kind of extension for the predicate. We already discussed what is predicate. Predicate is something which has a statement that contains variable x, or it can be written as x and y. So the quantifier quantify that variable. Let me just start with some example. Suppose we have 3 persons and we have 2 persons in another group. All these persons have a hat. They are wearing a hat. This is hat. It doesn't look like a hat, but it is a hat. And another group, that is a different group, one of that persons have a hat. One of that person is wearing a hat. So it means that how to write this symbolically, which can show that all of these three persons wear a hat. So what we can do is we can write the predicate, and x is the number of person, and predicate shows that x is persons who are wearing hat. This is complete statement. And how many persons are wearing a hat? We say that for all persons, p of x is true. That's how we write the quantification. Look at another example. In second example, here one of the person is wearing a hat. It means that there exists one person x who is wearing a hat. Out of these two persons, one person is wearing a hat, and the predicate is the person who is wearing a hat. That is your predicate. So we will talk about what is that for all and for there exists means in this lecture. So the first one is the first definition is universal quantification. The first one is universal quantification. Let me just copy that to save some time. So this is universal quantification. It is written like this. P of x, suppose we have a statement P of x, which is predicate, P of x for all values of x in the domain. Suppose we have this statement. So what is the symbolic way of writing universal quantification? Symbolic way is we write this symbol, which is called for all, and x is your domain. It can be a person, it can be your domain. That can, for example, if you talk about fruits, then these are fruits. If these are furniture, then it changes with domain. For all x, and p of x is your predicate. So here we have predicate, and here we have domain. Here for this symbol, you write v and write place horizontal line, that is called for all. Okay, so that's, if you have been asked to explain what is that, so we can say that this is universal quantification. The symbol for universal quantification. Why this is universal quantification? The reason is we have put it for all over here. I mean, it means that all of the people or all of the fruits or whatever the property you want to see is correct in that domain. This is called universal quantification. Okay, so if it is true, then it is true for all people. If it is false for one person, then this is called false, or it is called a counter example. Let me just give you an example on universal quantification. Example. Suppose P of x, we have P of x, x plus 1 is greater than x. And you have been asked, find the truth value, find the truth value of for all x, P of x. So we have to find either this predicate, which is predicate, is true for all domain, which is x. We can see that whatever value you put over here, x plus 1 is greater than x. Whatever you put over here, for example, if you put 0, then 1 is greater than 0. If you put x minus 1, so it will become 0, which is minus 1. 0 is greater than minus 1. So the reason is x plus 1 greater than x. There is something added to the domain. Plus 1 is added to the domain. On the right hand side of this inequality, we have only x. There is nothing added. So it means that this value will always be greater than x. So the truth value of this statement is true. So we can write as the quantification. The solution will be the quantification, the quantification the quantification for all x, P of x is, we have to write the truth value for that. So this is true. Okay, sometime it happens that in universal quantification, you are dealing with integers, not with the real numbers. For example, if we have a predicate P of x, but the x is set of integers 1, 2, 3, 4, how can you prove the universal quantification in this case? For this case, what we have to do is we have to put the value. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here you have to put the values for all the domains, P of 2, P of 3, P of 4. We put all these values. And in order to check either this is true for all these values, we add and over here. If it is true, true for all these values, it means that it will be the end result of this will be true as well. Okay, so let me just give you an example of such situation. Suppose example is, suppose for all x, P of x, where the predicate P of x is x square less than 10 for positive integer, not exceeding 4. So this is the statement that we have to prove the universal quantification in such scenario. So what we do, we put all the domain. The first we need to find out the domain. The domain says, the question says that the domain is one positive integer, so it will be greater than 0, and it should not exceed 4, so 4 will be a part of the domain. So in predicate, we can put p of 1 square is less than 10, which is false. I'm sorry, 1 is less than 10, which is true. P of 2, 4, which is less than 10, which is true. P of 3, 9, less than 10, which is true. And P of 4, which is 16, which is less than 10, which is false. So it means that we know that in AND situation, if one value is false, then the end result is also false. So what we can conclude over here, for such a situation, for all x, p of x is false. So it is false. Okay. The next we talk about the existential quantification. The video is a bit longer, but we have to understand some concept. The next topic is existential quantification. What is that all about? Existential quantification. In existential quantification, we write a statement like this: there exists an element an element x in the domain such that p of x This is the statement that we often encounter in daily life. So it is written in symbolic way. It is written as there exists x, p of x. So this statement has, this is called there exist. It is domain. This is domain. This is predicate. So it means that out of the domain, we have some exceptions in the answer. Let me just give you an example and conclude the video. Example. The question is statement there exist x, and here we have a predicate which is x over x squared plus 1 is equal to 2 by 5. True or false? So we can see that when we put x is equal to 2, you see that 2 over 2 square plus 1 is equal to 2 by 5 is true. Okay, so it means that this is true, and it is true for some values. For one value is enough to find the existential value in the domain. It can be false for some other values. For example, if I put x is equal to 0, then we have 0 over 1, which is not equal to 2 by 5. So for some value, it is true. So there exists tells us that for some values in the domain x, this can be true. You have to show this for only one value. There can be other values as well, which gives you the correct answer. So this was all about the existential quantification. Thank you for watching.